Good morning, friends. So, in this new unit of our BSc second year semester third, we are going to learn phase equilibrium topic. Phase equilibrium topic. So, this is the fourth topic from our syllabus part. Here, phase equilibrium, I had given you the syllabus part. So, from the syllabus part, this is the first video lecture series of our phase equilibrium topic. So, let us see the introductory part of phase equilibrium. So, the system in which constituents are present in two or more phases are called heterogeneous systems, and the equilibria existing between these different phases of the system are called polyphase or heterogeneous equilibria. The phase rule is an important generalization which deals with the study of behavior of heterogeneous equilibria. The phase rule was discovered by J.W. Gibbs in 1875 year and is known as Gibbs phase rule. So to understand the introductory part, let us see the prediction. So it predicts qualitatively by means of a diagram the effect of temperature, pressure and concentration on polyphase equilibria. So let us see one by one the different terminology or the concept of these phase equilibrium topic. So first one is phase rule. So statement of the phase rule is given here. Gibbs phase rule states that in a heterogeneous system in equilibria, the sum of number of phases So let us consider the statement of phase rule. Gibbs phase rule states that in a heterogeneous system in equilibrium, the sum of number of phases and number of degrees of freedom is equal to the number of components plus 2. Mathematically, it is expressed as P plus F is equal to C plus 2, where P is equal to number of phases, F is equal to number of degree of freedom, C is equal to number of components. 2 stands for additional variables of temperature and pressure besides concentration variables. So let us see the significance of the terms or the different notations used here. First one is phase. Any homogeneous part of a system having all physical and chemical properties same throughout, that we call it as phase. So phase is one term, or a phase is defined as the homogeneous, physically distinct and mechanically separable part of a heterogeneous system. In order to have idea of term phase and to find out the number of phases, we have to consider the points which is given as the phase may or may not be continuous. So this is one term or one condition. The phase may or may not be continuous. Example is represented for the understanding of this. Phase may or may not be continuous. For example, a solid salt present as one lump or in several pieces, it constitutes only one phase. Another example, dispersed oil droplets in an emulsion also represents a single phase. A pure substance, solid, liquid or gas made of one chemical species is considered as one phase. So this is the continuous or the phase may or may not be continuous point. The phases must be in contact of each other through boundary surface. So the phases must be in dynamic equilibrium with another through transition or exchange of some substance. For example, mixture of gases, one phase system, saturated solution, two phase system, colloidal solution, two-phase system. Mixtures of solids have number of phases equal to number of different solids. True solution, one phase system. Miscible liquids, one phase system. Decomposition of CaCO3 in a closed vessel gives calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas. Here the equation or reaction is shown here. CaCO3 solid reversibly gives CaO solid plus CO2 gas. It is a three-phase system, two solid and one gaseous phase. Another term is component, a substance that can be separated from a system and exists outside of it is called as constituent of the system. Component is one of the another term from this phase rule point. In aqueous solution of NaCl, the constituents are H2O and NaCl. The number of components of the system are either equal to the number of constituents or less than it. So number of components, by definition we can say the number of components of a system is defined as the smallest number of chemical constituents in terms of which the composition of every phase can be expressed by means of a chemical equation. The number of components of the system are determined as the chemical formula. The chemical formula representing the composition of a phase is written on left hand side. The rest of the chemical constituents existing independently in the system as represented by chemical formulae are placed on right hand side. The quantities of constituents on right hand side can be made minus, plus or 0 to get the composition of the phase on left hand side. For example, water and sulfur system are one component systems. So here water system has three phases, namely ice, water, water vapor. The composition of all the three phases is expressed in terms of one chemical constituent, water. Thus water is one component system. Sodium chloride solution, it is one phase system and its composition NaCl water can be expressed in terms of two chemical constituents, NaCl and H2O. Example and number of components or different components with examples are shown here. For example, gaseous mixture, number of individual gases present in mixture. Saturated solution of NaCl, two component system. Decomposition of CaCO3, two component system. Dissolution of ammonium chloride, one component system. So these are the different examples shown here for the term components. Now another term which is important in the understanding part of our phase rule is degree of freedom. Degree of freedom, the definition of degree of freedom of a system is defined as the minimum number of independent variables such as temperature, pressure and concentration which must be specified in order to define the system completely. Thus, system having 0 degree of freedom is called non-variant or invariant. A system having 1 degree of freedom is called univariant. A system having 2 degree of freedom is called bivariant and so on. So for example, when we determine the degree of freedom F by using the phase rule equation, F is equal to C plus 2 minus P. For example, for a pure gas, C is equal to 1 and P is equal to 1, then the phase rule equation becomes F is equal to C minus P plus 2 is equal to 1 minus 1 plus 2, that gives 2, means degree of freedom becomes 2. That is, system is bivariant. That is, we require only two variables in order to define the system or gas completely. For a mixture of two gases, for example where component C is equal to 2, phase P is equal to 1. Then the phase rule equation, when we apply F is equal to C minus P plus 2, here 2 minus 1 plus 2 will give 3, that is trivalent. A system containing two gases is completely defined when its composition, temperature and pressure are specified or fixed. Another example, water vapor system. When we consider water vapor system, C is equal to 1, P is equal to 2. Therefore, the phase rule equation becomes F is equal to C minus P plus 2, that is equal to 1 minus 2 plus 2 will give 1, that is system is univariant. Another example for the understanding of degree of freedom F, that is saturated solution of NaCl. Here P is equal to 2, C is equal to 2. When we apply the phase rule equation here, F is equal to C minus P plus 2, that is equal to 2 minus 2 plus 2 will give 2 value. So another example for ice water vapor system, P is equal to 3, C is equal to 1, F is equal to 0. Here the system is non-variant. So the basic understanding of the different terms and the different definitions of the phase rule part is given here in the video lecture series of part first. We will see the another example or another one component system in the next video part. So be continue with our lecture series part. Thank you.